Hi everybody, it's Julie and I am here. I'm making a mini pocket letter for a swap, and I need to add the things to the back, and I thought this might be a good time to come on and go ahead and give you some embellishment ideas using what I like to do is I like to incorporate what I've used in the front. So on this one, I have used the Maggie Holmes Gather paper pad. You remember it from the journal that I made for the 13-year-old neighbor. And so this background paper and this background paper with the bird and the, yeah, that's from there. The Home Sweet Home is from, remember, I'm trying to use up these. Now they're on the left of my desk so that I can see them and use them. And remember that I want to use them up, so I just tore that out. This frame here is one of the cut apart sheets from the Maggie Holmes paper. And the butterflies are from the, remember I'm working on the Stash Buster all month of March. I'll be stash busting. So I have pulled out, this is the bottom of when I cut out the hearts with my Cricut, and I have, look at all those butterflies, and I can use, you know, I can cut out other things, but for this I went ahead and I fussy cut out a couple of butterflies and I stapled them. This one I did good. I got the staple where the body would be. This one is a little bit off center, but it's okay. I had this piece of lace. This is from the St. Patrick's Day kit. This was a piece that was left. There was a piece sewn right in the middle of it. And so this is the piece. And so I sewed some of that there, or no, glued it here and here. I had this piece of fabric left over from when I made the, I think it was my December design team project for Nevermore Creations. And I had this little piece of material, and so I've put it here. This is on a note paper backing. This is from the Spring Blossom kit. But it was the extra page. If you ordered the physical kit, you also got this digital printout. So she'll be coming out in a printout very soon. And then these stickers, this is from a sticker page from Dollar Tree. And so I've kept some of these things out to be able to use. And like I said, I like what I put in the back, the goodies, to match what I have made for, you know, for for the recipient here. I also took some of the material, cut out scraps, and made a little nest here. This song, this was the top of one of the pages. I think it was the top of this page, the you know, the band that goes across the top. And so I used the music paper from that. And then this flower here is cut from the rescued wedding dress. So if you watch my channel often, you know that I have a rescued wedding dress and that I use the pieces. And this is a bingo piece. And then I also rescued this washi tape from Chip, the puppy, and so I went ahead and put that in here as well. So lots of things going on here, and this is what's called a mini pocket letter. It is one of the sections of a baseball trading card sheet, and it's really fun. I really like the mini pocket letters because you get to do 3 different things, and then of course I do like to make mine all kind of go together, so I did that here. So let's jump right in. We're going to go ahead and make some embellishments. One of the first things I thought I would make is just a little tassel. So I'm going to use some of this Dollar Tree lace. So I have that. I might even have to make it smaller because I wanted to use, you know, items that were here from, you know what though, I can go ahead and, I know what I'll do. We'll do something a little different than what we normally do. Now I'm back over here in my, one of my places. And let's see, we need a couple couple more things to add. So I'm just looking to see if I have any. Oh, there's this, if I can find the end. And if I can't, there we go. That. Of course, this is supposed to be more springy, so that might not be the greatest. And again, remember, I'm trying to use things up as well. This will go. These are just things I'm finding right here in my little stash. I think those were from the items that I got from Kara. And we'll just go with what we like at. Found another really long one. Okay, so there's a little piece of lace we might be able to use on something else. And then I do have some Georgia eyelash trim that we can use to tie it. Okay, so we have, I don't think we'll use this. I think that's too dark. I know that we're not going to use those. I think we're good on this, but I'm thinking that this turquoise might be kind of cool to use, and we can just cut it from both sides of, this is a nice piece of flannel, but this will give us, maybe we'll get out the, so where's our thing? We want to put this here so that we can kind of, so there's some of this turquoise color here. And I'm just making a little tassel out of scraps. And then there's some of this green also. This will give us a little bit of color. So you don't always have to use things the way that they look like they're meant to be used. Like this is a piece of material that looks like it should be, you know, something materially. Now we're going to put this up here in case we want to use it for something else now that we have it going to be part of this. This doesn't match after all, so it can go over there. Sometimes when you're over, you know, on the other side, this does match. That's a good match. I don't think that matches that well. And let's see, so we've got those. And let's see what we can find in here, because this gives us, look at, that gives us some of the green, some of the pink. I like that very much. So, and it's got an eyelash and a fluff and another fluff. So it's actually 3 strings in here. It might be good to have 2 pieces of that. I really like when I can find this kind of yarn that has several different things going on it. Now, what I should have done in the very beginning here is gone ahead and glued this so that while we're doing the other stuff here, it could be drying. So I'm extending my piece of material right here with fabric tack. Okay, because I wanted a longer piece. Make sure we clean that off after all that work I did to clean the messy desk. Okay, so here's our piece of lace. It's pretty big too. I think we'll go ahead and cut it down. You know, one of the things, you know, is I don't use most things the way that they're meant to be used. So just because a piece of lace is, you know, that thick doesn't mean I need to use it that thick, especially on something this small. So I'm going to go ahead and add these pieces in. I am kind of doing an order here. Put these two, and then this way. That and that. Okay, so I did pull out a little washer, and we'll go ahead and just fold this in half. And we're going to try and get all of this through this little washer. That might be, what do they call that, a pipe dream? Just kidding. Yeah, you can hear me breathe today. Sorry about that. Right now they say it's just allergies. You know, most of my childhood I was extremely allergic, but for several years I really haven't had allergies, and now all of a sudden they are back. I guess. Okay, so there is my little tassel. And remember, I pulled out the Georgia eyelash trim. This is really awesome. It is metal. I mean, it's wired ribbon. And Georgia sent me this. Thank you, Georgia. I still have some. Yay. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that around. Make sure I use the cut anything scissors, not the fabric scissors. I would cry. Okay, so now remember, I knew that I was going to have a couple pieces that were going to be longer, so I'm going to come in and just cut these so they don't hang down. Okay, and we'll cut the extra length of eyelash. And there we've got our little tassel. Okay, I do have some bulb pins, so I'm going to go ahead and just attach a bulb pin to the tassel. Yay. And attach it to the side of the mini pocket letter. And she'll be able to take that off and use it on something else if she wants to. She can put it on her purse or, you know, or whatever. So I think that'll be kind of fun. And so now we have that piece that we can use. We'll go ahead and keep the eyelash trim here close. Scissors. Okay, so next, well, you know, one of the things I almost always like to make is a flat paper clip. And I think we'll make it, so this is that printed at wallet size. So we'll go ahead and grab her. And yes, she's got a Valentine message on it, but we're going to go ahead, we'll cover that up when we when we get it to that place. And this is, I was wondering if we cut this, that might be our, it's going to be close. Let's see, if we cut right along the top edge. Okay, that gives us about the size the ticket would have been if we'd have done a ticket. Let's see, if we put her on there, because I'm going to use the colored side as the back. So like this. Okay, so we can go ahead and just rip the message off. How's that sound? Like that. And we can, let's rip her off on this side too. Now I go ahead and hold where I'm going, around the flower so that I don't accidentally cut the flower. Okay. And go ahead and just add some glue. We can go ahead and cut this. So we're using, this is that top border where the hole would be in the paper pad. One of my things is I like to make sure that I use as much of everything as I can. All my scraps, all the stuff. That is one of the things I do. Okay. See, I don't know if this will. Can't grab it. Maybe, no, it'll go in. I actually did take the weekend off. I did some computer work, but I went and spent the morning. My husband had set up a time to spend with our community emergency response team, and where we were, there were peacocks. So I spent the day following peacocks around, taking pictures. Oh my gosh, it was so much. And it's a ranch, just all kinds of rusty stuff, and it was really cool. And then yesterday was my brother's 50th birthday, 50. So we spent a little time in my parents' house, and then went out to dinner for his birthday and enjoyed the heck out of that. And so I did. I took the weekend off. So I have a paper clip that I'm going to go ahead and I've added the long side of the paper clip. So this side I've added to the outside of the paper clip. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add some fabric tack to the inside. Of course, you've heard me, if you watch me all the time, you've heard me say this many times. You can use hot glue. If you use hot glue, the paper clip is going to get very hot, so please be careful. But it will also dry quickly. And that's why we like to use fabric tack, is because it dries quickly. So there we'll have a cute little flat paper clip that matches the image there. I just used a smaller image. And then let's go ahead and we'll cut this little piece from the edge of this here. I hope she likes this. You know, it's not your traditional pink and blue and all that. But when I thought of spring, I was like, oh, I can use that cute little girl and that bird paper. And I can make a nest out of material. That's how I thought. That's what I thought. So I hope she likes it. That's what she's getting. So she gets a little flat paper clip. And maybe have, oh, look, there's a little tiny butterfly right there. So how are you doing? Are you stash busting in the month of March? Have you joined the Spring Stash Buster Junk Journal Challenge? It's a Facebook group, and we have a challenge there. It's put on by myself and Kara Brandon, and we just posted our first mini challenge in the challenge, and they're lots of fun. Lots of fun. And Kara was live on Wednesday with some stash busting ideas, and she's working on 6 stash busting journals. I finished my first, and it's posted. It's called Fairy Fun. Very fun. So there she is. I think she's very cute. Could go ahead and distress her. I'm not going to, but you could. Okay, so we have a tassel and a paper clip, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and give her a couple of maybe these two. So I'm going to cut those out. I like to kind of stick to the things that are going to match. There's that one. We'll go with this one. So we could decorate these a little bit, or we could leave them plain. And just fussy cutting around the outside. So those will give us 2 of those for her. And I think we'll go ahead and give her a whole set of these. Okay, so this is a whole piece of a whole printout. Okay, so put that with it. And then we have the stickers. So let's come over here. Okay, so we could decorate this one with some of the items. So I've already taken the back off that, but maybe some of the music, and maybe up high. Okay, so some of the music. Okay, we have a little piece of the lace. Or the ribbon, excuse me, that matches, that will bring in the color. And do have, so we have this. We can go ahead and cut this out. This is a postcard from that extra page that was given to those that purchased the physical Spring Blossom Kit. The Spring Blossom Kit is the one that has like 48, there's like so many. Here, go ahead and pull this down. This will give us some words on here, which is kind of cool. As I was saying, what was I saying? The Spring Blossom series has like over 36 tutorials on using the kit, but it also does, there's a whole section on using book paper for embellishments and using them in your journals. It is a really great tutorial. I basically showed you how I did the entire journal. Okay, what did I do with the sticker? Oh no! Where is it, Bonnie? Where's my sticker? Okay, looking around. This always happens. Did it fall? Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm going to put that the birdhouse sticker right there when I find it. Okay, I picked this up. I hate when stuff like this happens. Oh well. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and let me go ahead and figure out how I'm going to put those onto. Is it on my sleeve? Huh. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll glue this down. I think this will be, I am letting it go a little bit off the side over here, because a lot of times what I figure these are going to probably end up being is like card fronts. You can just take them and put them right on a card and you'll have a finished card. I'll use the fabric tack for this part because those two down, and the song can go down with regular. Okay, so I've collaged here. Okay, looking again. This is our sticker page. Whoop. I'll let that dry just a second. Stand up and look around for the Does this happen to anybody else, or the only one that loses the main piece of what I'm doing? Thank you, Bonnie. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put that on right there. And that will give us this little card. And I think it would be really cute on a card front. Or as a card front. You know, if you have just a blank card, being able to come in and just decorate a card with the card is kind of fun. So I will be adding that now that we found all the parts of it. So that is our little card. Look, we used that piece of lace and the piece of ribbon, some of the top of the card. And so the other one that I have is I have this image. It's the kids and the bunnies, and it's from one of the Dear Julie Easter Easter kits. I think it's the Children, Bunnies, and Chicks. So I have several different ones that are in the, so this is part of it. So there's some kids and some chicks. Kids and chicks there, bunnies. So okay, it's a little, I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of the material because it's so white. And we'll just put it on there. We're going to do a little collage here on this again. Just going around with the fabric tack. Okay. And I'm going to put it on here at an angle. I'm okay with a little white showing, I think, but I didn't want a whole bunch. And then we have the green lace. That can go on top of that. Go around the outside. Put it on. So it gets all our colors and matches it. And then we've got, we have this. We still have another piece of, this is, of course it has. And then do we have more music? Oh, this is from the note paper. And so is that. And we do have some more music. So. Okay. Okay, I want them framed a little bit. We'll come down and use this. Since we do have a little bit of white, we'll go ahead. I'm just going to raise this up. I don't have my vinegar bottle in here, so I'm just going to use baby wipe to get this nasty glue off my hand. I have fabric or fibers in the glue on my finger. There we go. Okay, so that's glued down. And wrong scissors, right scissors. We'll just go really lightly around the outside of this, just so that it will stand up a little bit, because we're putting it right onto the same color of lace. And if it was, you know, if the lace was already like white or something, then I think we'd be fine with it going on there. Okay, so here's our little picture. And here's this. Let's see. There we go. I like that. Okay, so there's fabric tack on here, so we're going to use fabric tack because for some reason the fabric tack and the Tombow Mono liquid glue don't seem to like each other. And since it's a chemical thing, I'm not doing it again. Okay. That's okay, because we can just go ahead and layer this up using the fabric tack, coming right to the edge of here, right to the edge of that bunny, so that hopefully your eye will still go to, I will go to the bunny. And next we have more fibers sticking to my fingers. The dot, and this is the leftover from the top. I'll put it on there, and then we have the music. So if she were to decide to take this this little pocket letter apart, she could go ahead and make, have some journaling cards and some matching other journaling cards. And if she wanted to make a flip book or something using the decorations, she would have all the fun stuff to do that. Okay, let's see, 47. If I put this down here, will you notice the bunnies? And maybe a little piece of a rescued wedding dress right here. There's one of the, here's one of the little flowers. So this is the lace that was around the bottom of, I can't remember if it was around the bottom of the dress or the veil or what, but it's been fun to use this. Okay, so if we put that there, we don't want to cover the bunnies. We want to be right up to the bunnies, like this. And that will hopefully draw your eye to the bunnies. There we go. Okay, so that gives me a second little card to add in. I think those are really fun. We have the tassel, and this and the little card. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I do have the large sizes of these. Let's put those away. And so they fit. I'm going to cut them. So this is that page printed at 5 by 7. Okay, 1, 2. I think it's fun to get other people's, what they've got from what they have in their collection of digitals as part of the gift, just because it could be so different than what you have in your own stash. So that can go back up. So these will be in. So I'm collecting what is going to be able to go in. And let's see. So of these, I think the basket will fit and the wish. So I'm going to cut these. And see if I can have them so that they'll fit. Okay. So it looks like that'll fit. And I think the wish will fit. So there's a couple of stickers. Kind of fun because they also match. Okay, so now another thing that I like to do, if I can find the, yeah, they're up here. Sorry about my arm. Okay, so I have a little thread holder, and we can gift some washi tape on that. So we're gonna do this one, and then if I can find the one that I got from Chip, we'll do that one too. If I can't, then we'll just do this, maybe some gold thread or something. But I have these yellow and pink roses, and even though I didn't use them in this particular project, I think they'll be a fun addition. Sometimes I'll put several washi tapes onto a playing card and gift that. Okay, so there's that. We'll look real quick and see. There it is. We do have the washi that I actually used on the front. I didn't have any really peachy that matched that. This time, so. Okay, so just going around it. Sometimes I measure it and do like 12 to 18 inches. There you go. And so we can go ahead and add a piece of Georgia eyelash trim to the top of that. We'll give 6 inches. Just going to give it a big tag, but look, we'll put this on, and that will give her that to use, and it will give us a tag on it, which I think is kind of cool. Okay. Another thing I like to do is add a tea. I'm looking to see what teas we have. Well, we got peppermint. That's what we'll do. So there's a peppermint. So we'll be putting a tea in there. And what I like to do with that is I have a stamp that said, "You're my cup of tea," but I took the "You're my" off of it, so now it just says cup of tea. And let's see. I'm looking to see if it's going to go well on any of the papers that I used. You know what? How about, see if I can find another one of the note papers. I'm stealing out of this stash over here that I have to make another Stash Buster junk journal. It's what's still left from making the fairy, because I had some in there, and that would really be, nope, not those. So let's go with this butterfly paper right here. Okay, and black stamp pad. I have too much stuff in the front of this one drawer. Can't get into the black stamp pads. Might have to switch that around a little. Okay, so okay. Cup of tea. And we're going to cut off the bottom here. And cut it so that it fits. And put that back. So we can use that maybe. Okay, so that gives us that. Now, I messed up right there, so you know you can always fix a mess up with some washi tape. So if we go like this and like that, looks like it's on purpose. One of the things I've done a couple times with the teacup is taken and put washi tape on the teacup and made it match. There, just like that. So, just, that's another little thing that I've done several times. There we go. Okay, so that will go with this in one of the pockets. And I think that's probably what I would do there. Now, I will also give a couple of these. I several times have done like a jar full of eyelets and things, so that might happen. I just know this video is getting really long, and so let's go ahead and that'll match. The coffee cup will match. Got that. You know, just going through some of the little things that I have and adding that in for okay. So we have a light colored one. Probably don't need to put the pizza one. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and fill it up. The other thing that I will be adding is a, you know what, let's add some like this. We'll go like from right here we'll go from right here. Actually, this has a loop for some reason, and we'll just go ahead and gift some of this gold thread that I love to use so much because I have it, right? I think that that's a cool thing to add, is this gold thread. Okay, so then we'll come back down around, we'll go through here, and then I'm going to come up and I will tape it in, and just using some of the washi tape. Okay, and we'll just tape it across just like that, and so now it looks like that. And okay, so let's go ahead and fill this up. So maybe starting with the T, and usually behind the T is where my note will go, because you want to write a note and add that in. These are kind of big, so I'm going to go ahead and add those in before I add the other pieces. You know, one of the other things I do like to add is some kind of sparkly bling page. Might have to open a new one. Yep, looks like I have to open a new one. So even though I didn't use any sparkly bling on this, I could have, and I probably should have, because I do have it. So just cut a piece of sparkly bling to go in, and trying to make it fit inside the pocket. So there's some sparkly bling, and let's put this washi in here with these stickers. Okay, now we're gonna do these pieces, and then I also have an Easter one. I'll just cut that nicer, a little bit nicer. Might help her get a little bit of a head start on her Easter projects. So I'm gonna put, I like the basket in the front. Okay, and then we have our paper clip and these two. And then behind it, we can add the other die cuts that we put together. Okay. Depending on how I was going to send this, I might add the paper clip to the outside. Okay, and then I'm going to just add a few little things to these. So a couple of beads that sort of match. Oh, these yellow. Match the gold. Okay, and then I can just go ahead and these can hang off the side over here. And this one. they're both the same, but that's okay. Okay. So we have our tassel over here and a couple of charms that are part of the gift. The gift of charms. Okay. So that is my spring. Oh heck, we have a ladybug. Might as well, I mean, a ladybug just really says spring, and it's just sitting here like it wants to go to her house, right? There we go. We'll gift her a little ladybug. Okay. So that is my spring pocket letter, mini pocket letter, and the embellishment tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, put them down below. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.